Hello, hello. Welcome to episode 45 of Wise Wednesdays with RK. Conversation today is about laughter is your lifeline. My name is Ruqayya Khan. I am a smile strategist. Now, I'm super excited about having this guest with me on board today. I've known her since 2016, and quite literally, as I shared earlier in the day, I've seen her work her way from being backstage to taking center stage. She is known as the conversation explosionist. I had to kind of practice that word to even put it all together. She is a laughter yoga ambassador. She is a conference energizer. She is pure vibe, pure positive vibration. And the first time I met Jodi was when I was at an event and she smiled. And there was something about that smile that really stayed with me. So I know I'm supposed to play the video, but please, I am super excited to have her. So let's have Jodi on camera already. Thank you, Jodi. First saying yes.
You're most welcome. How could I say no when we share such a passion for smiling and laughing?
Absolutely. And in my excitement, I even forgot to mention that she has recently published her book just on the 8th. And today is the first time she's being interviewed. So I have the honor of celebrating her. Ooh, there's the book. Awesome. Gosh. So happy for you. So happy for you.
Thank you.
So, okay, so because I haven't played the video, would it be okay if we took a tiny little detour and played the video so that people who are new to the conversation know what Wise Wednesdays is all about, and they can just get to know a little backstory about what we're doing and why we're doing this?
Absolutely.
Sure, let's do this then. Okay. Wise Wednesdays started on April 1st with a humble episode on forgiveness. Between then and now, we've had heart-led conversations on happiness, stress management, relationships, resilience, public speaking, respecting boundaries, self-discovery, mindset, just being, listening, reclaiming your life, intuition, and even food. I would like to thank all my listeners and the guests who gave me their time and trust. It is because of you that we kept going. It is because of you that we kept growing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much.
Wow, that was awesome. What wonderful work you do.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So, when I have my guests come in, I ask them what would they like to speak about, and you said laughter is your lifeline would be the title of the conversation. So tell me, what do you mean when you say laughter is your lifeline?
Well, Laughter is Your Lifeline is my book title. And for so many years, I have been spreading laughter around the world. And, you know, the whole reason I spread that laughter is because I have so many personal stories. And to me, it is my lifeline. Now, one thing that some people might know, may not, that know me already, because I'm not new to Dubai, is I have a very severe chronic illness called polycystic kidney disease. And that means that I am on dialysis. And so that's a lifeline, because that is what's keeping me alive. So when we went into lockdown, everything just came together. And I went, oh my gosh, you know what? Laughter is my lifeline. So I wanted to share with everyone. So I said, laughter is your lifeline.
Beautiful. And I remember having that conversation with you a couple of months after Papa's passing, and I was still lost and I didn't know what to do. It was like anybody who would reach out to me, I would just loop my story over and over again because I just felt so lost. And I remember speaking to you and you sharing with me about laughter and about just forcing yourself to laugh. And that was a point where I didn't even feel like smiling. And then when someone tells you to laugh, you're like, what is she even talking about? How does that even work? But yes,
Absolutely.
so powerful.
Yeah. No, because you see, when you laugh, and you said forced laugh, so it's actually laughing on purpose because, if we leave laughter to chance, like we usually do, we laugh a little bit here, a little bit there, we don't get the health benefits. But if you actually laugh on purpose, you get all these wonderful health benefits. But also if you're in like, for example, what was going on with you, you were stuck in this record, playing it over and hurting yourself over and over again. And laughter doesn't help anything, as in it doesn't change the situation, but it changes the way you feel about the situation. And it kind of diffuses the brain because it's actually, there's so many wonderful neurological responses that we get, and it actually short circuits your brain to think differently and rewire.
Precisely.
And that's exactly what I was suggesting to you.
Exactly. And it helped. And more than the suggestion of the laughter, knowing that there was somebody I could reach out to, knowing that there was somebody who cared enough to reply back when I messaged. That for me was what really, really held my heart. So thank you for being that person. And we have loads and loads of people tuning in. Hello, everyone, to the platform. Welcome to my page. Do support it with a like. And if you're watching from the YouTube channel, do subscribe to the channel too. Please support the host platforms. So who all do we have here today? We've got Cassandra, who has tagged... I know. She's tagged a whole lot of people, and I hope they do join in. We've got Amy, we've got Penny, and who else? We've got Sharon, who's going to tune in. We've got Tina and Abraze. Abdullah is also watching. I love laughing at the hurdles of life. That's what we have here today. We've got Cassandra, who is tagged.
I want to find you.
Go for it. So what does Tina say? Tina says, educate and being informed is so important. Thank you both. Laughter is a lifeline for so many. Bless you.
That is one of my amazing laughter sisters from America who is doing amazing work, especially with people on dialysis. She came up with this amazing thing and did laughter yoga and helped them. So thank you, Tina. Thanks for all that you do for everybody.
And we've got Cassandra, as I said, she has been tagging a lot of people. Thank you for doing that, because I think this conversation is so, so important. More people need to know about it, and more people need to understand the power of laughter and having a positive mindset. We have also Abdullah, who says, I love laughing at the hurdles of life. And that's Abdullah. That's my son, Abdullah. So yes, thank you for staying up so late and tuning in. Lovely. All right, 2 books in 7 days, and I am struggling for. Yes, that's the other one. Ooh, love it.
And actually, funny enough, mentioning Cassandra, who's tagging everyone, Cassandra is the wonderful lady that came up with this concept. So it is Cassandra who is one of the original girls who refused to quit.
Beautiful.
And this is one that I co-authored with 15 wonderful ladies who all had amazing stories to share, and that are just helping so many people get through tough times. So thank you. And Cassandra, thanks so much for all the support.
Beautiful. And sometimes when you feel like, okay, how do I go forward from here? Having that community, and I call this my circle of genius. So having that circle, that community who understands you, who stands by you, is so, so important. So thank you, Cassandra. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Penny. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. So we are the girls who refuse to quit, says Cassandra. And we have Rovina, who's joined in as well. So how did you manage both these projects?
Wow. Okay. the story about writing a book has been something in my head for years and years. People have always said, share your story, do this. And, I've had the background, as you know, I've been doing it for years, but I just didn't have the right feeling, the right message. And then one day, actually, I was speaking to Cassandra, and I said to her, I really want to do this. So I joined her writing group, which is Heart-Led Authors. And she's amazing because she actually gives you the way to write from your heart, which is exactly what you and I do. I mean, yes. That's what we're not doing it to make a profit. We're doing it to get our message out and to help as many people as possible. And so Cassie gave me the kick that I needed, and her amazing group helped me get it going. And then she invited me to take part in her collaboration. So lockdown happened. I had nothing else to do. I had just started dialysis. Can you believe that?
Yes, I remember seeing that post.
But you know what I am like? I don't like to take things that happen to me and say, oh no, I'm on dialysis now, I give up. What keeps me going is always having goals, always having little projects, always having something. And my desire to help people was so strong that it actually helped me get through it. So, being able to write both of these projects, the Girls Who Refused to Quit, my story is actually about losing my kids. I think you and I have spoken a little bit about that. Yes, and so that is really the first time that I experienced laughter helped me so much and my relationships. And so that is in this story. In my book, I go even deeper. I take you through my whole journey from being a professional performer, traveling around the world, and being a speaker and an entertainment manager and doing all those things, going through ups and downs as you do. I take you through my highs and my lows, where I had laughter, where I didn't have laughter, and the difference it made to me. So so I go into more detail in my book.
In your book, and that's so amazing. What did you do? What did you tell yourself, or how did you push yourself on the days that were difficult?
Well, there you go. You see, the times that we need to do what we need to do are the days we don't feel like doing it. It sounds funny, make yourself laugh, but the last thing you want to do when you're feeling tired and down and sick and sad and whatever it is that you're going through is the last thing you feel like doing is laughing. So that is when it really tests you to be able to laugh on purpose. So if you start, that's the great thing, is that once you start laughing, and I'll give you a few examples in a bit, something happens in your body and your chemistry, and you start releasing all your happy hormones. So that's your dopamine, your oxytocin, your serotonin, and your endorphins, and that immediately changes your mood. So it's such a great thing to do, especially when you're feeling down. And you know what? It's we say the simplest things are the hardest to do. When we're feeling down.
So true. I'm going to share with you a little about myself. When in October, when life changed for me, I had reached out to a couple of people because I thought, the children would leave the nest and I would focus on myself. I thought, my time, I will do this. But God said, oh, I have other plans for you. But anyway, in November, while I was in India, a friend of mine reached out to me and she said, we're doing a book. We're doing a book called Breakthrough, where we're bringing women leaders from across, because we had met at a conference. She said, I'm bringing people from the conference and we want each of you to write a chapter, and this is the format and blah, blah, blah. And I said, I am not in a space to write. This is what has happened to me and I am not going to write. And the deadline for submission was January. That angel waited for me to submit my chapter until March. God bless her. She trusted my story so much. She said, now is the time for you to write. And somewhere I felt if I wrote, I would heal, or I would, I would come to terms with what I went through. So I was resisting that. I submitted a very half-baked write-up for her. But when I got to that process of writing it down is when I realized I'm not doing justice to myself. And then I started participating properly. So the book that I became a part of was Breakthrough. And how the speaking started was I was invited to speak at the Happiness Carnival held by the Ministry of Happiness in UAE. And thank you. And when the Prime Minister's office calls you, you don't say, I'm depressed, you show up. So I did. And what I realized is the more I spoke about my smile, I'm known as the smile strategist. So the more I spoke about my smile and the more I saw people's faces light up, the more I felt drawn to do more. And so I completely get you, when it comes to the push, when it comes to just giving yourself that nudge. And I say, if you are really in a strange situation, then just smiling kind of short circuits your mind. It's exactly what you said, short circuits your mind. And you start looking for evidence for why this person is smiling, So yeah.
Absolutely. And you're actually tricking the brain because, I mean, you should know if you smile, even if you want ways to laugh or to smile and you're feeling down, put a pencil or a pen in your mouth. And it's activating all those muscles. And so your neurons and things are going, hang on, I'm supposed to be happy. Oh, I better start being happy.
Yep.
It's as simple as that.
Absolutely as simple as that. And such an appropriate moment for you to share that, because Cassandra says, do you have any top tips to get the laughter started?
Yes. Being a laughter yoga practitioner, I am well versed in any kind of laughter, anywhere, anytime I can laugh. But that's not so easy for those people who are just beginning, or maybe it's the first time you're hearing about laughter yoga. So there's things that you can do, like have fun. My spoon has it's a little pussycat. So he makes me laugh every time and smile. My catheter, which attaches me to my dialysis machine. So I've got a hole out of my belly with these tubes in it. Yeah. And the thing is that I've now called that Timmy the tentacle. So you see, so instead of seeing my dialysis and these tubes coming out of me as being bad, I've made a joke and I call him Timmy. And then I say, yes, I'm getting a shipment of Timmy's drinks because I'm getting all the fluid. So whatever I see, I change it into something humorous, something funny, so that it changes the way that I see it. Right. So you see, so start looking for positives where there are negatives. Okay, start changing those negatives into positives. You got a negative like this, just change it into a positive. You get a plus. Okay, so start, and the thing is, once you start looking for more things that are positive, the more you're going to start seeing them. So that's something. And then, laughter yoga, what it is actually, it's unconditional laughter, okay? And it is the way that we, it's very confusing when you say laughter yoga. Everyone says yoga. The only reason we got laughter yoga on the end is because of the pranayamic breathing. So you deep breathe when you laugh, okay? So it's, it's about that. And then it's unconditional laughter that we usually do in a group. Okay, now we can't be face-to-face, but even so, we can be online. We can look at each other. We can look at the screens, and we can be together, okay? And that kind of being together makes the laughter contagious as well. And you start laughing together. And you can just go, ho, 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 ha, 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 he, 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 he. And the body doesn't know the difference between real laughter and fake laughter. Eventually, it turns into real contagious laughter.
I'm very, 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 very tempted to have a session already online, considering you have so many people watching. Yes.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for being here.
So yes, we have Jacqueline who's joined us, and Chantilly and Amy. Can't wait to laugh. She says, imagine all of us together hysterics. Love the pen in the mouth tip. Awesome. So brilliant people. You have JO-DEE with us in the house today. So do you have any questions that you would like to ask her? I know she is a powerhouse. She is, as I said, a conversation explosionist. I had to, as I said, practice saying that word a couple of times. Tell me, what is a conversation explosionist?
Basically, for any of you poor people that have ever seen me on stage or anywhere, know
You're
that I come out and I'm like, I'm an
dynamite.
explosionist. I just
Exactly.
explode all over the stage with my laughter. And people always laugh because they laugh at me because they go, oh my gosh, you got so much energy. And so that's where that comes from. And unfortunately now with me being ill, I don't have that energy anymore. Actually, I've got a bit of a cough. I've just come out of hospital. So I was there for 4 days recently because I had some complications, but I don't have that energy anymore. And I'm actually in bed most of the time. I don't get out of bed. It's been about 18 months I've been in bed. So for me to sit up today has taken a lot of energy, but it feels so good.
And I'm honored. I'm truly honored, because when you told me about your books, and I always wanted to have you on the show, and we've been running it for a while now. So this was like the perfect time. So thank you. Thank you for doing me this honor.
You're welcome.
And Cassandra's looking back at the time you guys were hysterical on a crowded train in London.
That was amazing. We had just finished because we are both professional speakers, and we were coming back from a meeting, and we got into this crowded train, and we just started because we had the giggles. We'd had such an amazing day, and oh my gosh, it was wonderful to see Cassandra laugh like that. And we had someone else with us. He was also laughing, and people just love to join in.
True that, and before you know it, people who you don't even know are looking at you and they're laughing along, or they're at least holding back their laughter, wondering if they laughed, would you feel offended? But yeah, it's interesting. Super.
No, always laugh. Please laugh when you see me. Actually, it's one funny thing. One day I'd been giving, actually it was in Abu Dhabi. I was giving a talk to a women's institute over there. And I had a friend with me, and she'd come to watch me. And then we decided to go for a coffee, and we were going up an escalator, and all these women were coming down, and they started laughing. She goes, those people are laughing at you. I said, yay, that means I did a good job. Because anytime people have seen my sessions, seen me speaking, always laugh when they see me. And what better thing to have happen?
Absolutely. Crazy. I have a friend who's a comedian, and he starts out his show every time saying, my mom called me the other day and says, what are you doing with your life? Everyone's laughing at you. So he's a comedian. So he starts out his gig always with that same line. So yes.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So we have this brilliant question, which I was going to go to, but thank you, Cassandra, for bringing it up. She says, how does it feel to have fulfilled your dream and knowing that your story is making a difference? Yes, I was going to get there. But
I mean, I've had a week of it, 2 books in 7 days. I didn't really feel it was real until about half an hour before we came online, because my book hadn't come yet.
Oh, okay.
It only arrived now.
Wow.
So now suddenly being able to look at it, I mean, it's wonderful having a chapter and everything, but then you see your book that you've put your whole heart and soul into. I was looking at my my diagrams before when I was planning my book, and and to think that this is what's come out, and this has been such a long time goal for me. I think, I think I am over the moon, and I just can't believe it. And, finally to have it come. And you know what? This really couldn't be a better time for it to come out. So there's definitely divine timing.
True that. Definitely. There's always there's a time for everything, and there's everything in its time, is what I like to say. In your book, you speak about your children. Would you like to tell us a little bit more?
So I married into a culture where I didn't have a choice, I didn't have a voice. And our relationship was really bad. And it was so bad that the choice to leave my children was the best choice that I could make for them. Now, a lot of people have criticized me for this, thinking that, no, how can you leave your kids? But the thing is, the situation I was in at the time, I could not have taken my kids with me. It was legally not possible. And yeah, so that was difficult for me, leaving my kids. So I had a very toxic relationship, and it was so bad at one time that my son actually got in front of my ex, that he was, being a bit abusive, and said, "Mommy, please leave." And when you see that, it breaks your heart, because you realize that the kids are suffering. And this is one point I want to make to those people who are divorcing. Please, you're divorcing your spouse, you're not divorcing your kids. Do what you can to keep your kids happy. So this is what I've done, and I'm so grateful to Laughter for this, because Laughter helped me with my relationship with my ex, that we managed to diffuse that horrible angst that we used to have in the beginning of our divorce. And then not only that, but my kids live in the Middle East, and in Iran, actually. And I don't get to see them very often. In the beginning, I used to see them every 3 months. Now I haven't seen them for 18 months. So that's long, because of COVID and because I'm ill. And Laughter has really helped us and helped my kids be resilient. So when I'm with them, I make sure we're laughing, we're having fun, we're playing games, and we're making that time memorable, so that they forget about the time that they're not with me. And then sometimes they'll call me and be on WhatsApp or something, and we'll just laugh and make dinner and do this and walk around together and just spend time together, but laughing. And that makes such a difference. And actually my kids, they've actually moved around a lot in their time, because my ex actually keeps moving around and won't settle down. And they've even spent a year in Turkey. And can you believe that my kids spoke Turkish just from a year being there? But my daughter, who was 9 years old, could catch a train on her own, go to school and come back without speaking the language.
Wow.
That's how resilient she is. And all it is about that laughter and being able to communicate through laughter, because it really diffuses anything. So my kids are really doing well. And I'm so proud of them, because they're so resilient.
Beautiful. It is such a proud moment when you know your children have grown up, they know how to take their decisions, they know what to do, and you've got their back always. That's your role, that's your default role as a parent. But to know that they can take their own decisions and just be themselves and stay true to their identity and values, that is so powerful. So hats off to you, Tony.
No, they're lovely. And I'm even so proud of my son. He played in the national team in Turkey. He played volleyball for them there, because he's very tall. My little baby is 6 foot something. And and he went back to Tehran and actually made the team there now. So I'm so proud of him. So now he's on TV and everything, and he keeps live. When he's got live on his Instagram, he always sends it so I can watch him play, and it's just so amazing. So they've turned out fantastically.
Beautiful. And as Cassie says, resilient like their mom. So yes. Tip of the old block. Absolutely. Tell me, so you were in the corporate space, and then came the Laughter, came the events management and everything, all of that. How did the shift happen? How did the transition happen?
Well, I've always been looking for more. I've got if you take my careers, they are like all over the place. None of them fit in, but all of them have to do with people. And that's what I do. I do people. I'm good with communication. I'm good with people. And, from being a performer, then I was an artist manager. and then, you know, going into the corporate space. I even spent some time helping my brother out in property, you know, but it's just been me trying to find myself, you know, and trying to see where I'm at, because I had this burning desire to share my story, but I didn't have anything. I knew I have, even before I found laughter, I've always been fairly positive, and people have always commented on that. And, you know, laughter was just the perfect thing for me, because it is who I am and what I've always been. But this now gave me the interest in neuroscience to learn. But, you know, the corporate space, it's fine, but I find I'm always trying to color the corporate space.
I love that. I love that. Color the corporate space.
Whenever I'm asked to do anything corporate, I make sure I wear my smileys on my jacket. Oh, you've seen me do that before.
Oh, yes, I have.
Smileys, you know, I make sure I've got laughter somewhere. I used to wear my logo. I think you saw that too. My logo on my back with my heart and my wings, because it's a talking point. And I'm just trying to break that whole corporate straight must just be like this. And I really want to help people realize the benefits of being more lighthearted. Business is serious. Laughter is serious. Because if you know the benefits of laughter and how it can help you not only with health benefits, but also in an organization, that it helps you. One of the biggest things, especially take Dubai, where you've got how many 120 nations all cohabiting. I mean, really, everyone's got different religions, everyone's got different backgrounds and everything. And to fit that all into corporations and to get them to work together without having any problems is some feat.
True.
So you know, having one common thing is laughter, because there's no, you know, no judgment in laughter. There's no religion. There's nothing. It's just laughter. It's one thing we share. That is, you know, you can take it anywhere. And if people can realize how powerful it is, you know, it makes you more creative, it makes you more productive, all these wonderful things as well. And also the big thing is about, like we're talking about, diffusing things. If ever there's a little bit of tension in the office, you know, once I've done a session with everyone and I've taught them some of the exercises, they come back to me and they say, you know, we were in an office and we were having this meeting and things got tense and somebody just went, ho, which is one of the things I teach them, ho, ha, he, right? And the whole table burst out laughing, and she said the ice was broken. So it's just, you know, once you've learned it and brought it into your office and you learn how to, you know, break the ice, break the tension. And again, that's about short-circuiting the brain.
Because we speak laughter, we deliver laughter the same in any language. So everybody smiles the same, everybody laughs the same, and that's the beauty of what you and I do. Absolutely. And I noticed you got a smile written on your jacket there.
I do. I put it on specially for you.
Thank
Smile.
you.
And I love wearing this shirt. I wear it all the time. It's almost like my uniform, because I have the responses I get to my smile t-shirt is amazing. People, because I usually am smiling as well, they will say, thank you for the reminder, or what a great t-shirt, or it's just that community again. You know, when you're starting that connection with people, it's amazing what it does.
True. And it's sometimes that's the message people need as well, because they could be having a bad day or they could be having a good day. They just need to be reminded that, yes, smiling is so important. I have friends who send me smile pictures. Like if they see a smiley image anywhere, they send me pictures. And I'd begun to post them because I felt, okay, this is interesting. My name and my work is becoming synonymous with a smile. How beautiful is that? So yes, awesome, super.
No, it's great. I mean, what better? You know, it's like I say, if you're known to make people smile or laugh, wow, what an amazing job.
True. Awesome. So what are your thoughts on what Abdullah said some time back was, I love laughing at the hurdles of life. What are your thoughts on that? Amazing.
That's actually a core message of mine. You know, I always talk about my little equation, and it is E plus R equals O. Okay, E is an event. Plus R, which is your reaction, equals your outcome.
Oh,
okay.
I like that.
Now, if you can change, there we go. That's it exactly. If you can change your R reaction into a more positive R response, it'll change your outcome, and you'll have a better outcome. So exactly what he was saying is, if you can laugh at those things that are negative, are a problem, you know, because you can't change the event, but you can change the way you see it, then you'll change the outcome.
True.
And actually, I have a story with you being a journalist.
Yes, please.
I'm a journalist.
Yes, please.
Okay, there was a fire or a bridge that caught on fire, blew up somewhere or something. I don't know. I don't know the details of it. Okay, but I know the gist of the story. So bear with me. So the bridge had gone down, and you know, there was news coverage and everything about this, and there's traffic all stuck because they couldn't go over the bridge and everything. And there was this journalist going around interviewing people. And so off goes the journalist and goes to ask the first person, goes, so what have you got to say about this? And the guy goes, I am so tired of this happening all the time. It keeps happening. This is the second time. I just don't know why they don't fix it. And he went off on a rampage. Okay, and so the journalist went, thank you very much. Moved on to the next person, and the person goes, well, you know, I had seen it on the news, so I left 2 hours early. I made sure I had a flask of coffee. I've got a wonderful audio book to listen to. I'm fine. Same event, two different ways of seeing it, two different outcomes. So that just shows you that, you know, you can see whatever's going on as negative, or you can change it into okay, well, I've got to deal with this now and make it positive.
Do you think men and women react differently to situations?
Yes. I don't know. You know, it's an interesting question. A lot of times, it depends on the person, I think, more than men or women.
Okay.
I think that it depends on where people are at the time. I know people, and I think I was once one of those people, that if anything negative went on, I would immediately stress, and then actually, I got a perfect story of this. Funny enough.
Tell us.
But this is what I did before. I mean, being a parent, we know how hard it is, you know. And living in Iran, we were having a party, and what they do is they have a sofa, which is just a piece of plastic on the floor.
On the floor.
Yeah, you know what it's like. And then everyone sits there. And my son had jumped over the sofa, which you're not allowed to do, and he had kicked a watermelon, and it went splat onto the wall. Now, old me would have responded, Enrique, what have you done? How could you do that? You know you shouldn't jump. Okay, now what I would have done there is embarrassed him, embarrassed me, embarrassed everyone around the sofa, and nothing good would have come of it. But instead I went, great shot. Enrique turned around to me and went, Mom, I'm so sorry. And he went and he cleaned it up. Nobody thought anything of it. So that is a response. So I don't think it's men or women. I think it depends on how you are in yourself at the time. Because some of us are wound so tight that we're going to explode. But once we learn, this is something I've been working on for years, right? It's 10 years I've been doing this. I've learned to be very tolerant and to go, okay, this is happening. I can just breathe. Or actually, that's where I teach people to laugh. So I'll just go,
Let's go.
I'm not supposed to laugh. I've actually got stitches. So excuse me. Got to keep them short. But there you go. So I don't think it's men or women. I think it depends on the person.
Depends on the person and depends on what's going on in their mind at the time. So
True that, because, somebody might be bothered about something else and something small goes on.
And that could just be a trigger.
Absolutely.
And has it ever happened to you that you're laughing and somebody actually got offended?
This is a really good question, because I think I am aware of things. Unfortunately, I have heard stories of people laughing inappropriately. I mean, people sometimes in my laughter community, bless them, they're wonderful, that they actually are just wanting to share laughter and want to laugh at everything. But there is a time and a place and a way to laugh. So personally, I haven't seen that, but I have seen it happen. But it's very important to be mindful of that. So that is why we have different laughs. So in that case, if you want to laugh at a time, because, one of the best times to laugh is when you're stressed, which is, you might be going through something that's stressing you out. And that's the best time to laugh, to help you, to actually calm your body down. I find that we can do a silent laughter, which is just laugh to yourself. Just even you can go, oh. It's the oxygen that's coming up that's helping you. So that oxygen is helping you bypass your sympathetic nerve and activate your parasympathetic nerve. And that's keeping you calm.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Is there anything that you would like to share with the listeners? Look at me, readers. The journalist doesn't die, does it?
You're going to be readers. Am I being so corny now?
Oh, yes. No, you're not.
I'm so excited.
I don't blame you. Look at you. I mean, 2 books in 1 week. I'm like struggling with 1 book since 7 years. So you're my inspiration, totally.
You can do it.
Yes, I can. I've promised my kids, and yes, I will be. This year is the year that I will be holding up my book one of the days and showing them that, hey, look, and hopefully we'll be together then. But yes, let's see how things go. Yeah.
Well, the thing is that more and more people are using laughter at the moment, and I really love to hear that, because now that people are taking laughter seriously, I think we're going to see a lot more people using it. And that is why I actually went through the stories and told people some very personal stories, actually, just because I wanted people to know how it makes a difference. And that, hey, I don't laugh all the time. That's unrealistic. We've got to feel all our emotions. I don't know. I'm sure you've read Louise Hayes, but she talks about 80-20 rule again. You can't have. I can't laugh 100% of the time. It's just not possible. But the thing is that because I've taught myself to laugh, in the face of adversity and things like that, I can actually laugh when it's needed. And it's very important to laugh at the right times, like we were saying just before. Don't be laughing out and causing problems with laughter. The more you laugh, the more you'll know when to laugh and how to laugh, and to see what it is. And, laughter is so much more, which is actually why in the back of my book, I've actually, I'm introducing a course that's going to be out shortly, which is called the Laughter Method. I can't see it. The Laughter Method, and it's an acronym. I think you also use an acronym, right?
Yes, I do.
And that I use to go delving deep into laughter, and it's not just about laughter. It's about your positive thoughts. It's also about how to to change your mood. Find out what you're good at, find out what you're not good at. It's all things, because it's not only about laughter, but it's a way of well-being, because there's so much involved. And, I've been very lucky to have done a course in neuroscience to learn exactly about the neuroscience of business, actually, so that I can bring proper, research to the table and show people how it's actually affecting the brain and what actually happens when you're laughing. So this is a new course that I'm going to be doing, and I'm so excited because there's more to the whole thing of laughter. So I'm calling it the laughter method, but it's actually a whole lot more because I really delve deep.
I'm sure it is. And would it be okay if you share with us the acronym?
Yes, sure. I'm going to read it out to you because laughter. So L is for love and laughter. A is for actualization of self.
Wow.
U for unpack and unify. G is for gaining knowledge through gratitude.
Beautiful.
H is for harnessing happiness. T is for all the tools. So that's where I go into like things that I'm sure we share, because you talk about NLP.
Yes.
So there I talk about tapping, meditation, gibberish. These are things that we learn, just loads of things to do there. E is for esteem. I think that laughter really helps your esteem. And then R for resilience. Beautiful. So it goes through so many different things that can help you. And I'm really excited about this because, laughter yoga is amazing. It got me started and everything, but I kept wanting more, which is why I kept studying. I went from laughter yoga then to hypnotherapy. And then I kept learning because I wanted to know about this wonderful thing we call the brain.
True that. And as you speak about the brain, my question is, we talk about manifesting, we talk of law of attraction, we talk of putting yourself in that emotion, because we know about anchoring emotions and all of that. So could you share your thoughts on that? I think this would probably be my last question. I know it's getting late and you're getting a little restless.
It's funny that you mentioned that, because there's something that I've got up, I think it's still up on my YouTube, where I do laughtermations.
Ooh.
Laughmations.
Laughtermations. I like that.
Okay. And there's some friends of mine, Dave Berman, who actually came up with laughnosis. I've also written that in the book.
Wow.
And James, they've done a wonderful course. And that's putting laughter and hypnosis together.
Beautiful.
Okay. And then, so I do these things because I really believe, like in hypnosis, and you want to break the critical filter, that thing that's causing all the rubbish.
Chatter.
That monkey brain.
The voice that thinks it knows it all.
Absolutely. So we want to get through it. And one way to break that is through laughter. So, so if you laugh, you can actually break through that. And then we want to clean those files that are corrupt, right? So if you do your affirmations while you're laughing, because tell me, we always say you got to love yourself. Everyone said, you must love yourself. You must do this. And how hard is that? Especially when you're starting out, to look in the mirror and say, I love you. It's so difficult. And that's one thing that I battled with in the beginning. Then I started laughing it. So you go, I love you, Jody. I love you. And it becomes easier. And so actually, if you do those affirmations, you're not only lifting your vibrations, but you are, breaking the critical filter, cleaning out all those files that need to be cleaned. And you are moving forward and, getting yourself what you need and believing it, because you actually, because you're laughing, the brain is putting a positive message into that. True. So it's going, whereas it's something, sorry, I can talk for hours. I'm sorry. You've got to cut me off soon.
No, I don't need to cut you off. We have time. I just felt you've had a long day, so I was just being considerate for you. We can go on forever.
Yeah. One thing that, especially in Dubai, I used to see this, not so much where I am because I'm on a canal and I don't see the traffic here, but in Dubai, it's so stressful. And you know that there's someone with a bigger car than you're going to cut you off. And then you want to beep, 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 and you want to swear at them and nasty. So that's the way that you actually get your I hate traffic, I hate this, I hate that, is because you hate driving. So what you need to do, is when you're driving and somebody goes whoop, makes you angry, you go ha ha So that, okay. And I heard in Dubai, you're not allowed to point. So what we have to do is make sure under the window you're doing that. So any of my friends in Dubai, no pointing, okay? So you make sure it's underneath the window. And what you're just saying is, I saw you. Don't think you're getting away with it, but I don't care. And that is diffusing the brain, giving a different thought to that traffic problem. And you know what? You're no longer going to dislike traffic. You're going to be, yay. And that goes for anything. Anything goes wrong. Your computer shuts down, or we know it, and you start stressing. You just go, I know you're trying to do that. I know you're trying. Use a pen, then you're not pointing. I know you're trying to do this. You got to just find the funny in everything you do.
Absolutely. I've got friends who use this as a stress buster in their car. Like literally, they go, they're like, they have this in the car and they go, this really has been helpful. And I said, great, happy to be of help.
Absolutely. One of my friends gave me one that laughs. I'm not going to put it on now because if I squeeze it, it'll go on for hours. But yeah, that will remind you to laugh. Just really try. Watch more funny movies. Try, find the funny. I mean, when was the last time you actually had a good belly laugh? I mean, we don't do it that much.
No, we don't. And those are the moments that we remember forever. Having a belly laugh with your friends, with family, with colleagues, even when in a room, in a meeting room, someone might fall and you might just abruptly burst into laughter. So it's okay, and it's funny. So yes, why not?
Yeah, no, it's often people think I'm mad and they know the answer. I'm just going to always say, well, laugh. Yeah, I mean, there's times, but even recently I have had a few friends that have passed away, and then that's brought up the whole, I've had friends talking to me about loss and stuff, and then they go, but how can I laugh? And I go, don't laugh. You're not laughing at them. What you're going to do is celebrate their life.
Beautiful.
You go on, and I think I must have told you that, because that is something I think so.
Yes, you did. Yes,
because it's what you need to do. You need to go. You're not laughing at this situation. What you're doing is you're doing what's best for you. You're taking control of your body and your mind and everything. And instead of feeling down and having all those negative things, you're going to be celebrating their life, which is going to do you so much good.
True that. And just being respectful of how you're feeling in that moment.
That's it, because that's one thing I really learned to do, is all emotions need to be felt. When I first started on the positive thing, I was like, oh, everything's positive. Yeah. No, that doesn't work, because then you're pushing down all those things. Each emotion deserves its time. But what you can do is you can bring it up and then go, I feel you, I hear you, I see you. Okay, but you know what? I'm not going to, I always say, rent the space, don't buy it.
Ooh, I like that.
You don't want to rent and live there. You don't. You just want to borrow that time and then get rid of it. And I think that's something really important.
Last question, I hope, unless somebody else asks another question. Have you ever been told, why are you so positive? Because I've been told that so many times. So because we're on that tangent and we're synchronized in our message, have you ever been told that?
All the time.
How do you deal with it?
All the time. People say, well, you're so positive and you're so, they're always telling me that I look so positive. And, I'm actually dealing with a lot of mental illness at the moment because, going back to PKD, okay, one of the things is actually depression, because my body's giving in. It's not producing what it needs to. It's not helping me, and my body's giving in. Okay, so that's very, very difficult to deal with. And I know so many people that are suffering with the same thing as I am, but they are actually they just live there, whereas I decided I'm not going to let this control me. This is not who I am. And so I made a priority to actually laugh and be positive as much as I can. And even my doctors say, I can't believe you are as positive as you are when I look at your bloods.
God bless you.
So yes, I definitely do get that a lot. And that's great. I can fool anyone. Nobody knows how I really feel.
Yeah, and that's so powerful, because I love you. Thank you for being you.
Yes, it's been ages.
Yes, it's been ages. Thank you so much, Jo-Dee. You've really brought in so much of positivity, so much of laughter, and so much of hope for so many of us here today.
Great.
Thank you for being the person that you are.
Oh, thank you.
And yes, so we could close the evening, though I could just go on talking with you forever.
No problem. But thank you again to all my friends. I got a lot of my girls who refuse to quit online. Ladies, please
Yes.
buy this book, because there's some stories here that really need to be read. And I can see a lot of my ladies on here who are supporting me. You know, I've now got another family. Because we've all shared the experiences together. We've gone through this, and yeah.
Yes. And what I'm going to ask for you to do is later on, if you can post where they can get the books, both of them,
yes.
That would be brilliant, because I'm sure people want to know, because I love that title, Laughter is Your Lifeline. Also, Girls Who Refuse to Quit. Wow. So powerful. Thank you for creating that book, Cassandra and Amy. And there she is. We are the girls who refused to quit.
Yay.
So thank you everyone for tuning in this evening. Thank you for watching us all the way till the end. I really have no words to say thank you to Jo-Dee for joining in spite of the many things that she's working on and working around. If you're new to the platform, do subscribe, do support, and because these are the kind of conversations I do week after week. These are the gems I bring to you from my circle of genius. And thank you, Jo-Dee, for being one of them.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Lots of love. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. I shall play the show reel, which is mine now. All right, then. Thank you. Good night, everybody. And thanks once again.